Hello friends, I welcome you all in this exciting training session being conducted by TNV Academy. Today in this session we will discuss about clause 10.2 of ISO 27001:2013 which talks about continual improvement. So let's get going and start our discussion. Let me explain you that what we will be covering in this session. In this session, we will be discussing about the second subclause of clause 10 of ISO 27001:2013, that is subclause 10.2, which says that the organization should continually improve its information security management system. Now, let us understand about the internal references taken by clause 10.2. As far as subclause 10.2 of ISO 27001:2013 is concerned, it does not take any reference from any of the clause within the standard. It has its own minor requirements which are required to be fulfilled by an organization to satisfy the requirements of ISO 27001:2013 International Standard. However, if we talk about the external references, then for understanding the requirements of both the clauses, then you should have an updated version, standard copy of ISO 22300:2018 with you. ISO 22300:2018 has definitions for several technical terminologies that are used under different clauses of ISO 27001:2018. Now, let me tell you what are the takeaways of this session. At the end of this chapter, you will be able to understand what is continual improvement, how an organization can ensure that its information security management system is improving on continuous basis, what are the things which need to be checked and which tells that ISMS is improving. So, let's begin our discussion with a basic definition of continual improvement. Continual improvement is an ongoing process or effort to improve the efficiency and quality of an organization's product and services or maybe processes. Continual improvement is focused on increasing the effectiveness or efficiency of an organization so that it can fulfill its policy goals and objectives. Continual improvement is not limited to quality initiatives which an organization takes. It can be improvement in business strategy, business results, customers, employees, and supplier relationships, which can be subjected to continual improvement. Continual improvement is about making things better by identifying opportunities for improvement and striving to achieve a set goal. The subclause 10.2 of ISO 27001:2013 says that an organization should always be committed towards the improvement of its policies, procedures, and processes which are part of its information security management system. Let us now discuss the requirements of subclause 10.2 in detail. The subclause 10.2 of ISO 27001:2013 says that the organization shall continually improve the suitability, adequacy, and effectiveness of the information security management system. An organization should always keep a check that whether its implemented ISMS is still alive and working in the same direction to achieve its intended objectives. The continual improvement activity for ISMS ensures that an organization validates that all of the elements of its ISMS are operational, satisfying the requirements of the standard, giving intended outputs, solving information security issues. It also gives the organization an idea whether any issues are unidentified and needs to be corrected, what are the area of opportunities and how they can be exploited for better results. An organization should always be assessing, testing, reviewing, and measuring the performance of its ISMS to ensure it is still supporting and meeting its business goals. Organizations are never static nor their context. In addition, the threats to the information system and the ways in which they can be compromised are rapidly changing. At the end of the day, there is no ISMS which remains perfect. It always needs to be set on continual improvement. The parameters which can be continual improvement of its ISMS can be regular internal audits, regular and proper management reviews, regular external audits, understanding the suggestion from the stakeholders and accordingly implementing them in information management system, keeping a check whether organization is following regulatory policy or not, reviewing security controls, matching the organization activities with requirements of a standard ISO 27001. Also, top management can set objectives for continual improvement. For example, through measurements of effectiveness, cost, or process maturity. ISMS is known as a crucial entity that plays a vital role in business operations. In order to keep pace with the developments, the ISMS is periodically checked for function, efficiency, and consistency with the objectives of the organization. So, what all can be necessary while making the assessment of ISMS? Number 1. Suitability of the ISMS considering the external and internal issues, requirements of the interested parties, established information security objectives, and identified information security risks are properly addressed through planning and implementation of the ISMS and information security controls. ISMS adequacy to find the conformity of ISMS processes and information security meets the ultimate goals, practices, and processes of the company. Number 3. Effectiveness of the ISMS, considering if the intended outcomes of the ISMS are achieved, the wants of the interested parties are met, information security risks are managed to satisfy information security objectives, non-conformities are managed, while resources needed for the establishment, implementation, maintenance, and continual improvement of the ISMS are matching with those results. The assessment can also include an overview of the efficiency of the ISMS and the components of its resources, evaluating whether their usage of resources is appropriate, if there is a possibility of productivity loss or opportunity to achieve greater effectiveness. Area of improvement can also be identified while managing non-conformities with corrective actions. Once area of improvement are identified, the organization should be consistent in maintaining them by point 1. Evaluate them to determine whether or not they are worth pursuing. Point 2. Plan and implement the actions to deal with the opportunities, ensuring that benefits are realized and non-conformities don't occur, or should plan for corrective actions for non-conformities. Point 3. Evaluate the effectiveness of actions. Friends, I hope you are clear with the requirements of Subclause 10.2. Let's move on and discuss the other important components of this subclause. Let us understand the common mistakes which auditors do while performing audit under the subclause 10.2 of ISO 27001-2013. Mistake 1. Auditor asks irrelevant questions for the organization which does not relate with the organization to be audited. Mistake 2. Sometimes auditors start thinking for the option, while auditor need to understand the client process and to decide if the client can achieve the result of the MSS through their own process. Mistake 3. Auditor start consulting activities. Mistake 4. auditors start expecting document and records in clause where this may not be mandatory requirement. Mistake 5. Auditors start asking for documents that are not relevant to the requirements of the clause or standard. For example, GST registration, FSSAI registration, etc. Dear friends, we have now come to the conclusion of this training session. I hope that you all must have understood the requirements and concepts that fall under Subclause 10.2 of ISO 27001:2013. See you soon with an exciting new topic. Till then, goodbye.